Okay, that was a wonderful set from the band Kingpin. What'd you think, Avi?
Oh, they're great.
Aren't they good? They're good. You know, I bet you they can play something besides blues. I swear,
I know
we're
they
taking
can,
bets.
guys.
We're taking bets. Tim says, yeah,
But I do love the blues, okay?
she does. And me, I'm just blue. Anyway, moving right along. Okay, we have this young man here that is gracing our show. His name is Joe Leal. Hi, Joe. Say hi, Joe.
Hello, thanks for
There he is.
having us here.
Okay, and they are vets that are on a special mission. So why don't you tell us a little bit about it, Joe? What's going on, man?
I'm an Iraq-Afghanistan veteran. I was combat wounded in Iraq. Served with the 101st. I lost a lot of good friends in Iraq. So what I decided to do was to honor the dead by helping the living. So what we did is we decided to go out and get our homeless vets off the streets. And in the process of getting our homeless veterans off the streets, we found guys at Purple Hearts, Silver Stars, true warriors, true heroes. And we developed this team and this organization called the Vet Hunters Project. And our primary mission is to raise the awareness on the homeless vet and also to get them off the streets, but not just temporary, not to put a Band-Aid over the wound, but to get them out. And so our team it's made up of Vietnam vets, wounded warriors. We have Gary Douglas, who's an AMVETS accredited officer that does, he's the guy that tells all the troops their benefits and when they got injured and that kind of stuff. But what we're gonna do is we got invited to go to the East Coast to go talk about our homeless veterans issues. And they wanted to fly us up there, and we said, you know what? Thank you for the offer, but we're gonna ride bicycles all the way to you. So on July 27th, we're gonna ride bikes all the way to the East Coast. And we're gonna sit down with the big time dogs, I mean, you name it, of the VA. And we're gonna tell them solutions on how to be able to get the homeless vets out. The bike ride is more of the symbol for the awareness. And so that, you know, basically the message is everybody can make a difference. There's resources that are existent. What we found out is what good are resources if they're not getting to the homeless vet? There's all these resources the VA has. There's all these resources that supposedly on paper they look good, but they're not making it to the actual veteran under the freeways, under the bridges, you know, that kind of stuff. So what we do, matter of fact, I was just with them all weekend. I stood with them. I spoke to the Vietnam vets, and you learn from them. They're very humble people. A lot of times if they ask you for a cigarette and you offer them two, they said, no, we only take one, because they're not greedy. You know, they know what they have to live within. Gary Douglas comes and he helps them start claims with the VA. So that's what we do. You know, we bring the resources to them, and there's a lot of organizations out there that have wonderful resources, but they don't have the veterans.
That's awesome. You know what, Joe? You got to learn to speak up a little bit more, man. You're just too shy, dude. I tell you, he's shy. And this young man is who? Your son, or who was he?
Yeah. I'm the ugly one of the half. He's the good-looking one. I'm the ugly one.
Oh,
Anyways,
okay.
I'm Gary Douglas, and I'm an AMVETS nationally accredited service officer. What we found out is through my service over the last 5 years is that there's a dire need for homes for the homeless veterans out there. In California, actually the largest population of veterans comes out of California, Arizona, and Nevada, and the highest homeless numbers in this country are on the West Coast. So Joe and I kind of passed borders about 2 years ago, crossed our paths, and he was with the Army and me, I'm serving vets, and we both started noticing the need of the young vets, the Iraq, Afghanistan
Yeah,
vets.
the ones that are just coming back right now.
And they're
Those
living in the
guys.
streets, and it's
Oh, my goodness.
sickening. It's a national disgrace, is what it is.
Okay.
We have entire families that are living in vehicles, and they just came back from theater. They don't have a job. They don't have a home. There is no hope. And because Joe and I are soldiers, the way we got together on this was, look, they taught us to be a team. They taught us to pass all the barriers. They taught us to become brothers, and brothers we still are. And what Joe and I came up with was the concept of the Vet Hunter Project, where we actually get all of our brothers and sisters back involved into the military mindset that we can do and we will take care of this homeless veteran problem. It has been estimated in this country that there's over 3.5 million homeless Americans.
Oh, that's outrageous.
3.5 million. Of that, they're saying 1/3 are veterans That means that over 833,000 American veterans live under bridges, garbage cans, in streets. And Joe and I just say, enough is enough. We've lost enough young men and women over the years that this should never be an issue or a problem in our country.
I tell you, man. You know, you guys must be related because you both are so shy. I tell you, man, I can't understand. Eddie, do me a favor. Can you record this on your camera as we're doing this as well? Okay, thank you. I want to make sure we get enough coverage on this. I know Avi has something to ask. She's been like tapping her hand. Here you go, hon.
No, actually, I want to tell you today. A friend of mine, she called me, and her husband just came back, and she was crying because she didn't know what to do because they have to give up their place. So they're going to be homeless, and I'm going to take your guys' number because I told them I'm going to introduce them to you. Really nice guy. We used to go to junior high school together.
Okay, can I ask you a question? Because this is important because we're talking about community events. He just came back from Iraq or Afghanistan. He just came back to country.
I'm not really sure. I try not to ask her a whole lot, especially when she's crying.
Just so you know that under the Sailor Soldier Act, they're not allowed to take their home away from them. And that's what a lot of veterans don't realize. And by the way, there is free legal help for that out of Chapman University. AMVETS has a partnership with them. And if they're losing their home after he's come back off of military service, Chapman University will give him free legal help. And I mean, it won't cost them a dime. And the bottom line is, yes, they'll be able to keep their home. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, that's fine. Okay. Also, I'm sure you guys aren't aware, I also work for MTA. And I've noticed there's a lot of vets that come on my bus, and they don't realize they get the discount fare. So just to let you guys know, depending on the hour, it's 25 cents or 55 cents, as long as they show their vet card.
You know, I want to add something to this whole conversation. Right now, my primary job is I work out of the South Del Monte, the Army Reserve Center right there. And I support all branches of service, and not just South Del Monte, but I support any other reserve, guardsman, or whatever. One of the things that people don't understand is when you see a soldier in uniform, they're like, how can that soldier become homeless? See, what people don't know is that the active duty, the reserves, and the National Guard are two different things. The active duty, everything is on post. The reservists, when they come back from Iraq or Afghanistan, or the National Guardsmen, we're dependent on our community. The largest concentration of homeless vets is Los Angeles and surrounding cities. But in San Gabriel Valley, just to tell you, there's hardly zero resources for the homeless vet. So we've been advocating the city of the city of El Monte. They were the first city that said, you know what? We're going to make a difference. If we're in the San Gabriel Valley, it's a shame for us not to provide services. So they're building a facility to help combat the homeless vets. But one of the things we need to talk about is we always say homeless vets, but we're leaving out the word families. A lot of these service members got families. And when you have an organization that says, I will take in the vet, we're like, yeah, but he's not going to leave his family. What about the family? We need to start thinking about family. So to answer your question, that is a very same problem, to add to. A lot of service members don't know what the resources are. For example, you call us up and you tell us, can you talk to this family? We'll talk to that family. Because my primary job in the military is to go out in the community and find out what the community has to offer the military and what we can give back to the community. So I tell you, we work hours after hours just out in the community finding out about job fairs so that I can bring those resources, because part of our group, we do the preventative on homeless vets. So we got to do the preventative and then the sustainment and getting them out. So we'll be more than glad to help you or anybody else out. And if we don't have the answers, we're going to get the answers for you. That's just our attitude. That's what we do.
Well, thank you very much.
No, yeah, let's have that website. Give a round of applause. This young man's doing some wonderful things. Obviously, you probably know our good buddy, a friend of the Eastside Primetime family, our good friend Jay Gomez.
Yeah, that's the guy. Jay Gomez.
How did I know? Huh?
Yeah, Jay Gomez.
I love Jay.
I'm jealous.
Jay Gomez was the one that said, Joe, can you come and speak in the city of El Monte in front of the city hall. I mean, with, to everybody there, and we did. And Jay Gomez has been a huge supporter, and he's the one that said, enough is enough, not in our city. We're going to make a difference. So he's a great guy.
Oh, he is. He's been on our show twice already, just this year alone. And he's been on many times. We used to cover the event up there in Arcadia.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
we get, with the flyovers and all that good stuff. So, we do really good. So, I understand you're going to allow us to get some footage from you guys when you're on your journey, right?
Yeah, July 27th, we're going to kick off from a homeless shelter, the Salvation Army Bell Shelter. We got homeless vets. They're going to ride bikes with us. And we're going to stop through some cities on the way through. And we're going to get resolutions of support. And then we're going to kick off, and we're going to ride in the hottest part of the time. People say, why are you guys going to ride bikes? And why are you going to ride in the hottest part of the year? And we said, because that's how serious homelessness is. So we got to prove a point. In this bike ride, we're going to learn a lot from each other. We're going to grow spiritually, and we're going to continue to do what we do. Every one of us, we don't get paid to do it. We do it because, for me, for PTSD and the fact that I lost good friends, this is my peace. This is how I'm able to make peace with the loss of these guys. But, we will send you footage. We'd be honored to do so that you can help us tell the story, because what good is a bike ride if nobody knows about it? What good is the awareness piece?
And how far are you guys traveling?
Well, the total trip to St. Louis is 1,873 miles, and then on the way back, we're going to stop at VA locations in the Southwest to include the Burden Center in San Antonio.
And you're going to do that in one day, right? We know that.
Yes,
1,800 miles.
We're going to be doing it from the 27th of July to the 17th of August.
Oh, my goodness.
We should be returning in August. And those of you good folks out there that would like to help us, you don't have to send us $1. You don't have to send us anything. But a lot of you out there have used cell phones. If you have a cell phone that you find in the drawer, if you'll go to our website, www.vethunters.org, and download the form. There's a form there that you can download, take your cell phone, put it in an envelope, and mail it to it's all free to whoever's sending it to us. And that money and those proceeds will be used to help get our homeless soldiers off the streets.
That's fantastic, man. I really appreciate what you guys are doing. We're excited to have you on the show. I know you got one more thing to say, Joe. I see Joe. Everybody's all itching to get the mic nowadays. I don't know what it is. Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, well, because we're so compassionate on what we do. We joined Welcome Home Vietnam Veterans Day. Jose Ramos. This is the same guy. He's a Vietnam vet. The same guy that rode his bike from Whittier all the way to D.C. and told them, you're going to make March 30th the official welcome home. At first, they were like, yeah, okay. But then Governor Schwarzenegger signed it into law. Other states are signing it into law. It was born here in this area. But we joined him. He's going to be riding with us. And you're welcome to go on the Welcome Home Vietnam Veterans website. Our information is on there as well. But so we're very grateful to the Vietnam vet, because the Vietnam vet didn't get the welcome home. They didn't get none of that, which is why a lot of Vietnam vets are homeless.
Oh, yeah.
Because
definitely.
when they came home, imagine you lost good friends and you're on a plane and they tell you you're not allowed to tell anybody you served, because if you do, they're going to spit at you. But these guys have done so good of a job to take care of us, and they said never again will any soldier ever be treated the way we did. And these guys are taking care of us, and we love our Vietnam vets, so we're grateful to those guys.
Okay, well, we want to thank these gentlemen once again for what they're doing. Please step up and help them. I want you to know that we'll be there when you guys launch off. We're all going to be there. We'll be taping it with our big buddy, Eddie Monster, right there, and his camera, a la carte deluxe. And we'll want to give you guys a proper setup, and God bless you for all that you're doing, okay?
Thank you.
Let's have a round of applause, man, for these are heroes, man. These are real heroes, right? All right, we'll be back right at you with some more music here on East Side Prime there with Arturo and
Avy.
the one and only. See you in a bit.